I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I need a chorus line, guys. Oh Lord. Yo, The Hangover is such a classic. Anyway, has nothing to do with today's video, even though it does involve Phil Collins. Yo, it has been so long since I reacted to Phil Collins. I think I only got like 3 reactions to Phil Collins, which I feel really bad about. And I really enjoy my Phil Collins. I think that In the Air Tonight live performance that I reacted to, I think that's to date still one of my favorite reactions. I don't think I've enjoyed, like, it's very few experiences that, like, from that far back still, you know, like, really resonates with my mind. Like, I vividly remember that video and how, like, incredible it was. So I'm happy to finally be reacting to Phil Collins again. This is Another Day in Paradise. It's the music video. I think out of the 3 or 4 reactions that I've done to Phil Collins, most of them were live performances. I've rarely done music videos, so I'm excited about that. You know, we'll do the song research afterwards, but I'm excited and I'm ready to hear more Phil Collins, because he's such a legend. So it feels bad that I only know like 2 songs, and like the whole purpose of me being on this journey was for me to learn more about, you know what I mean, like just to learn more about Phil Collins and his music. So I'm really excited, man. So let's get into it.
Twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Think about it.
I was gonna wait, but I figured I'd go ahead. Listen, as somebody who I know a few homeless people, personally, somebody told me recently, you know, and there was talk because, you know, Kobe had recently passed away. Well, not recently passed away, but you know what I'm trying to say. The day that he passed, anniversary, I think it's been like 3 or 4 years since Kobe passed away. But he was bringing up the quote that one of the most underappreciated and undervalued blessings that you get on a daily basis is making it home safely, right? And then we started talking about people who don't even have a home, and how just having a roof over your head is such a underappreciated thing. It's one of those things, especially here in America, we almost feel like everybody deserves it, and they do, but people who have it take it for granted and don't understand that there are people in this country and in this world who don't have a roof over their head. And you know, to see the name of the song, Another Day in Paradise, and then you hear the lyrics, which, by the way, the songwriting of Phil Collins, I know that was kind of one of the main things that I learned about him when I did my initial reaction and learned more about him as an artist, was the fact that he's like well renowned as a great songwriter. And this is pretty evident here, even though we only a minute and 45 in. But just having a roof over your head is a underappreciated blessing that shouldn't go underappreciated, but it usually does. And I just encourage all of you who are fortunate enough to have a roof over your head, to lay on a mattress, and to get a good night's rest, regardless of what's wrong in your life, regardless of whatever you're going through, you're still blessed. Don't forget that.
She calls out to the man on the street. He can see she's been crying. She's got blisters on the soles of her feet. She can't walk, but she's trying. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, it's just another day for you and me in paradise. Just think about it.
And again, I know they show visuals of DC. I live and work in DC, and I used to work and live technically, but I used to actually work next to the main homeless shelter in DC. I forgot the name of it. And it's sad because, like I said, I worked by it. And everybody from DC knows what I'm talking about. Like, as soon as you come from under the 3rd Street Tunnel, well, you can go straight up to 3rd Street. It's the 3rd Street Tunnel, but it goes up to 1st Street, and you can get off on North Capitol. I always forget the name of these exits, but anyway, if you get off on a North Capitol exit, like as soon as you come from under the tunnel, you're right there in front of the shelter, and right to the left is the I want to say is the Department of Justice is right to the left, but literally all the important buildings of DC are kind of like all right here, right? And the homeless shelter is right here in the middle. If y'all could just see like what people go through. Like, again, so like I said, the tunnel is right here, the shelter is right here. Nights when it's so jam packed in the shelter and there's not enough room, people just literally sleep in the tunnel and over the vent, like how this person is right here, but over the vent. And of course, during the winter, it's heat coming from those vents, so people like literally lay on them, and it's funny, but it's not funny. But you know what I mean. Cat Williams has a joke. He was my father said he went to go see Cat Williams when he came to DC, and it was in the wintertime, and there was a homeless man sleeping right out front of the arena, and my dad said that Cat Williams made a joke. He said, I know all y'all saw that homeless man sleeping over top of that vent when y'all came in here. Like, you know what I mean? So it's such a harsh reality, and again, it's something that I used to see every day. You know, I don't work in that building, next to that building anymore, but you know, when I go see my dad out DC, you know, I drive by, and when you just see, like, I've seen it. I've seen people digging in trash for something to eat. I've seen, you know what I mean, like all the bruises and scruffs and cuts from drugs, and like I've seen it. And it's a hard thing to realize, you know, and realize that, you know, like, damn, like this person forgot. Like, it's so, like, everybody thinks because when you're homeless or on the street, you did something to yourself, you did something irresponsible, you messed yourself over. A lot of times, man, it be people who never really even had a chance from the start. You know what I mean? And it's hard, man. It's hard, especially when you want to give as much as you can and you got your own stuff to deal with, and it's like you kind of gotta respectfully decline, like, I don't have nothing today, you know what I mean? But it hurt because you want to help, you know what I mean? But Phil Collins is from the visuals to the song, everything, he is talking about this perfectly. I'll just say that.
Just think about it.
Yeah, Phil's ability to tell stories is up there with some of my favorites. I really love how he's able to tell stories and really make you connect, you know, even with In the Air Tonight, and you know what I mean? Like, every single song that I've heard from him, I really connect with the story that he's telling or whatever message he's trying to convey. And we all know that's a superpower. That's a superpower because a lot of artists, you know, that's just not something that's not something that's very common. Okay, produced by Collins alongside Hugh Padgham. I hope I pronounced that right. It was released as the first single from his #1 album, But Seriously, in 1989. As with his song for Genesis, Man on the Corner, the track has its subject the problem of homelessness in paradise. As such, the song was a substantial departure from dance pop music of his previous album, No Jacket Required. Gotcha. So this is around the time when he got a little bit more serious about his subject matter. Through Atlantic and Virgin Records, WEA. Collins sings the song from a third-person perspective as he observes a man crossing the street to ignore a homeless woman, and he implores listeners not to turn a blind eye to homelessness because, by drawing a religious illusion, it's just another day for you and me in paradise. The song was Collins' 7th and final Billboard Hot 100 #1 single, and the last #1 single of the 1980s, and the first #1 single of the 1990s. It was a worldwide success, eventually becoming one of the most successful songs of his solo career. It won Collins a Grammy for Record of the Year at the 1991 Grammys. It was also nominated for Song of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Performance, Best Male and Music Video in Short Form. It won an award. It won a British single at the 1990 Brit Awards. Despite the awards gained following its release, the song also generated controversy over its subject matter and has received a largely unfavorable reaction from music critics. I gotta see before I go off and get upset, because how is that controversial? A man saying, "Hey, help the homeless. Don't turn a blind eye. Stop taking your privilege for granted and try to help." Like, how is that controversial? Or how is that a bad thing? Maybe. Okay, I gotta read one of the critics, reviews, because that's crazy. I actually want to go straight to it. Where could I look? Chart? No, it wouldn't be chart performance. Reception. Here we go. Some critics found the wealthy Collins unqualified to sing about the poor. Okay, I mean, I get that, but like, as artists, you create from a real place. You create from what you see, what you hear, what you experience. Now, no, and Field, again, we just read, he wrote it from a third-person perspective. And he wrote it not from the perspective of the homeless person. He actually is doing it from his perspective and from you and I's perspective of, hey, you're fortunate. It's just another day in paradise for us. It's a living hell for these people. Don't turn a blind eye. So it's not like he's saying, I mean, I get that, but it's like, okay, well then who's qualified to talk? Only homeless people could talk about helping the homeless. Like, no person who is in a privileged position is qualified to talk about helping. The only people who should be helping, I don't know. I get that, but it's like, come on. It's like, what? He's not qualified because he's rich. I mean, I guess. Collins responded, "When I drive down the street, I see the same things everyone else sees. It's a misconception that if you have a lot of money, you're somehow out of touch with reality." Billboard nevertheless gave a positive review, calling it a poignant track whose subject matter is complemented nicely by a subdued ethereal musical context, whatever the hell that means. Commentary of the song has been largely unfavorable. Phil Collins might write a song about the homeless, but if he doesn't have the action to go with it, he's just exploiting that for a subject. Now, that I could agree with, but to my knowledge, I don't know that Phil Collins hasn't done anything. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not gonna shit on the song because I don't know if Phil Collins actually helps the homeless. I like the song. I like the subject matter of the song. Now, if Phil doesn't back it up, that's a whole. That has nothing to do with the quality of the song. If Phil Collins is a piece of shit because he doesn't really help the homeless but made a song about it, that really has nothing to do with the song. That has something to do with him and his character. That has nothing to do with the song. That's why that's really what I'm focusing on here. I'm trying to hear the criticism of the song. But it sounds like it's just a critique of him and his motive, but not the song. I mean, and I get it, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. And now it seems like we're getting into more of the controversy. So I'm going to let this go. Because we only here to embrace and talk about the music. It went gold in the UK, gold in the US, platinum in Sweden. And we saw it did, wow, it was number one everywhere. Germany, Zimbabwe, Sweden, Switzerland, Portugal, Norway, Netherlands, Finland, Canada. It's number one everywhere. I mean, look, if y'all could, if y'all wouldn't mind, and I'll do the research myself, but I know y'all love to help me out with things. So if y'all don't mind, put in the comment section. Just give me some examples of Phil Collins doing any philanthropic work. Anything he's done for charity, or I think he was a part of the Live Aid 1985 concert, right, for Africa. I could be wrong in that, but I do remember reading that he was a part of that. But if y'all could, just give me some examples of Phil Collins doing anything philanthropic. I just want to, debunk some of these critics. Even though it has nothing to do with the song. The song is really good. They're talking about him as a person. I'm thinking they're talking about the song. No, they're talking about him as a person. So if y'all don't mind, just do that for me. And look, if there is none, then again, that don't discredit the song, that it's a good song. That just says something about Phil, right? So as we talk about the song, Another Day in Paradise, the song, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I loved the lyrics. I loved the composition of it all. The music video fitted perfectly. The stats and everything that they would show, 3 million at the time, because I'm sure that number is quadruple now, but 3 million homeless in the U.S., 100 million worldwide. I mean, yeah, if y'all don't mind, y'all just do that for me. Just send me some articles or anything of Phil Collins, doing some charitable work, and I want to read it and just kind of debunk some of these critics. So if y'all could do that for me, a little bit of homework for us all. But to the song itself, I really enjoyed it, and I'm happy to finally listen to more Phil Collins. So y'all let me know what else from Phil Collins I need to check out, and I definitely will as soon as I can. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with Phil Collins. Peace.